How's it going, nerds? Welcome back to 2 Point Hospital. Hope you're having a good one. I'm excited to be back, although I do have a bit of a headache brewing. I'm gonna be honest. I've had a bit of a headache brewing. I would say brewing all day, but I woke up with a killer migraine, which was really fun. And some painkillers kicked in. They did some good stuff, but now it's much later in the day. They've worn off, and I think it's coming back. But the thing is, I've played games for like 24 years, and every time I'm sick, the one thing I want to do is play video games. And I friggin' love 2 Point Hospital. So here we are, and we have some decisions to make. Now, for the time being, we are about done with Mitten University, which means we could go over here to Tumble, where we have to treat all manner of breaks and bruises in this subalpine playground, the county's home for hiking, fishing, and falling down. But we also have some other choices that we could make. We could come over here to Clockwise Upon Time, which is a medieval town plagued by ruptures in space and time. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I think we know which one I'm gonna go for. Welcome to Clockwise and the days of yore. This quaint little town has become a popular spot since the advent of domestic time travel. Who would have thought that there would be serious medical implications involved? Not me. But what are you gonna do? Right. Hospitals. Rifts in time, we're calling them time portals, have started appearing all over town recently. As you expand your hospital and find more time portals, you'll notice that they get busier and busier as we further dilate local space-time. Science, huh? This sounds like it's gonna be fun. So my goals right now are to buy a building and cure 3 patients from time portals. So we have a time portal, which is what I assume that is. We have a GP's office. We have another GP's office. We have a general diagnosis. And in terms of buying buildings, we have actually got a lot of plots around here, which is not something I'm complaining about whatsoever. We do have 120,000. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll chill just for the time being and look into building 1 or 2 other things, because we can probably squeeze a couple of things in here. We can probably, we can get a pharmacy here, for example. It is going to get rid of a chair, but I think that's all right. And I think getting a pharmacy in here, honestly, we could redo these GP's offices too, now that I look at it. It's great that they're there, but they're a little bit too big, so I think we could make those smaller. But let's do the pharmacy for now, because it's going to be a way of treating people. We'll keep it relatively basic, and we will sell the items that shouldn't be there. And then we are going to edit this GP's office as well, so we'll move this bin to about there. We can move the desk to about there. We'll keep the filing cabinets. We can go ahead and move this door, which we can't do. We need to move that window. So move the door to about... Well, we'll get rid of this as well. We'll put the door about there, and then we can get rid of that and bring the room in a little bit. So it's going to be a bit smaller. Still easily accessed from reception, but just a bit smaller, giving us a bit more room in here to play with. Now, we'll go ahead and make that a bit nicer in the future as well, or in the past, depending on how time travel happens to work in this. And what we'll do is go ahead and sell that GP's office and copy this one, because we're just going to flip things around a little bit. So what we can do is get rid of that radiator. We can move this, move you, get rid of the window, put the door on that side, put the window on that side, and then radiator and bin on the side where the window is. So bin in the corner, radiator about there, and that's fine. So that's going to be our 2 GP's offices. We have a pharmacy. We have 2 doctors and a nurse. So that's going to be roughly all we need. These rooms are... This one's even a little bit too big. Let's fix you as well. Let's fix this general diagnosis, because it doesn't need to be that big either. So you can go there. The window can go away. The door can live there. And we can shrink you down a little bit. And I guess the table can sort of be rotated. I have completely forgotten. I haven't played this in a couple of days. I'm not going to lie. I have completely forgotten how to play it. I genuinely don't remember the buttons. There we go. Z and X for rotation. All right. So that's done. And now we can get another thing in there. We can get more benches. I'm going to want more benches anyway, because I don't like these ones that we have. So let's just make this place a bit nicer. I also figured we'd go for a bit of a different bench on this one. This is the sophisticated bench. I think it looks kind of nice. You know, we're traveling in time. We might as well be a little fancy. And that's what I think that is. So we'll go ahead and run things and see how it ends up going. We do have Dr. Alfie Farce, who is good at treatment, and we have Dr. Aaron Doolittle, who is good at being a general practitioner. We have Nurse Oscar Marathon, who is good at a few things as well. So the nurse can deal with a few things, the doctors can deal with a few things. I do think it might not be a bad idea, since we have 100,000. Let's go ahead and buy another plot of land. It's only 30,000 for that one, and the reason I want to do it is simply because I figure we're gonna want we are gonna want some kind of staff room. We're gonna want bathrooms as well. We're gonna want a few things, and I want to make sure that I can get them. So what I don't want to do is take up this space with something like a staff room or even toilets, because we can have this be good for diagnosis. What the hell are you? So I can see where this might be a problem. I can see where that might be a problem. Also, temperature is apparently a bit of a problem. Hold on a minute. So this hospital is very cold. Let's do a radiator, I guess, here. Let's do a radiator, I guess there would be about the same spot on that side. We can do one, oh boy, getting some radiators in here is going to be kind of interesting. We can go there, and we can go there. This spot in the middle is going to be kind of cold. I don't know if there's too much I can do about it. Oh, hold on. I can go there, and I can go there. It's going to be very warm now. They're probably going to complain about it. But you know what? Let them. Just let them. They'll live. Or they won't. It's a hospital. It's possible. It is possible that they won't. Simple as that. So we assume you're going to need to see a GP. That makes sense. We also probably need to go ahead and hire a janitor. So Richard Bunting, welcome to the hospital. And you are going to go take a seat. No, you're going to go see the GP. Okay. So here's my thing. We're probably going to need another room for that guy. But I also want to go ahead and do this. So we have general diagnosis. I want cardiology because I've been doing a little bit of reading about the game, and apparently what you want to do is put all of your diagnosis rooms as close together as possible. So that way people don't have to go too far to find out what's wrong with them. And honestly, that makes sense. It does. It does make sense. So we'll have cardiology there. We'll have this guy. We can do nothing over on this side. We could probably squeeze a bathroom into some of that space, but we're not really gonna bother. Well, maybe I could do something like this. I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but we could do something like this. You know, maybe take that bit away. Can't take that bit away. But it's tempting. It is tempting. It is. Could do the door like up here. I don't know what would go in that corner, but then we can do a few toilet cubicles like here. I guess we might as well do something with the space, and then hand dryers and sinks and stuff like that. So we can do a sink there. We can do a sink there and there. And I guess up here is where hand dryers can go. Can I get two of them up there? Probably not. I can get one sort of there, and I can get another one next to it. Can I get a bin opposite those? No. I can get a bin in here though, right? I can get a bin there. Yep. And I can probably get a radiator in there too. No. Okay. I can get a radiator nowhere. That's surprising. Oh, I can get one there. And a fire extinguisher, I can get it like there. So that's fine. That's going to be... We're selling invalid items. What? I just want a radiator, man. What do you mean invalid items? What is this? Oh, I didn't want rid of the bloody toilet. Or the room. I just want the radiator. That's all I wanted to pick up there. I'm genuinely kind of surprised I can't place this thing. So we might have to deal with a cold toilet. And there's nothing worse than a cold toilet. All right, there we go. All I had to do was move the sink over a little bit and everything's fine. You all right? What are you doing? This is Robert Mountain going to general diagnosis. Okay. Hopefully everything's going to be okay for Robert Mountain. We have a lot of fish people. I'm noticing. We're also missing, let me see here. We're missing a nurse because the nurse is over there. So we are going to want another one. So nurses, Orlando Woodwind has diagnostics too. So you're going to be hired. You can probably work in there. And that should be fine. And I guess we should also probably do some benches out here in front of the general diagnosis. At least one, right? And then maybe one on this side in front of the pharmacy as well. Maybe another bench there. And another bench there. And we can put some, I don't know, vending machines next to it. Or something to make people happy. Hopefully. Our doctors have discovered a new illness. Slack bladder. We need a ward. Okay. Let's get them to wait. We have got $40,000. Can we afford a ward with $40,000? We're going to find out. I feel like it should be a decent size, honestly, but that immediately, so 5,000 there. This might be tricky, but we're going to give it a shot. We'll do that. We'll do the changing thing sort of next to the door. And then the bed, actually a ward like this is completely unnecessary. It really is. We could make it half this size. So if I do that, and then I bring you to say there, bring this guy to like there, get rid of the door, get rid of a large chunk of the room, so all of that bit. We can put the door back on here, and the way we can just set this thing up is with sort of alternating beds like this, which, it could have worked if I moved this thing to that corner, I suppose. Just alternating beds back and forth. We can get 5 of them in there, and that's all right. We could do a 6th. I'm not going to bother doing a 6th, but we could. And we'll put some lockers next to each of them. We're up to 13,000 on this thing, which I think is probably all right. It's not the end of the world. So each one has a locker. We can give them, I guess, bedside tables as well. I actually really like these tables. To the extent that I bought years ago a table, like not like a white base and then wooden top on it. So, you know, it didn't look like a hospital bedside table. But I genuinely bought one of those like types of tables that you can wheel like over your bed. And I recommend it. I really do. If you have like a laptop or something like that and you're wanting to play the laptop in bed, it is the best thing. It really genuinely is. And I do highly recommend it. Just saying. I'm just saying, if you're wanting to be lazy like me, it's not a bad purchase. Now, let's go ahead and put some art up in here. We'll go for that one. We'll go for that one. And we'll do one on this side as well. We'll go for this guy. And if I can get one more, I think we can get this thing to be a higher level ward. So we'll go there. Almost. What about the certificate? Is it? It brings us to level 4. There we go. So that can be the ward. And that seems fine. And I guess we probably want a nurse that can run a ward. So treatment and injection administration. Do we have anyone on staff that can run a ward? We have Oscar Marathon. So in terms of jobs for you, bud, you can do quite a few things though. So you're good at diagnostics. You're good at treatment. You're good in a pharmacy. You're good in a ward. Okay. What if we hire, say, Bernie Weaver, and we say Bernie is maybe not going to work in, say, the pharmacy, say, actually, diagnostics. So no pharmacy for you, no ward for you, and then you can go work elsewhere. We'll see how that goes. We do at least have a ward, so we can at least hopefully do something about that. Now, just real quick, are you the ward one? No, you are the ward one. I'm going to steal Oscar Marathon here, is what I'm going to do. And also, Alfie Farce wants to be promoted. Okay, we'll do that. I need to steal you, is what I need to do. So we're going to pick you up. We're going to put you in the ward. You can hopefully work in there, which you are now doing. We've also discovered codpiece. Patients claim they got stuck while working on their fishing boats, but are generally not forthcoming with further details. With bad rest and the right bait, they should slip right out. I don't like that. I don't like the way that's worded. I just don't. Not a fan. It's ridiculous. So the good news is everything seems to be working out okay. We have everyone going to the GPs and doing their thing. I don't think anybody's died yet. And, well, we did fail to treat this person. But other than that, we're kind of okay. I don't know if we've even treated anybody through a... What the hell is wrong with you? Hello? This is as interesting as what this is. I'll tell you what. I don't know if I want to spend too much money upgrading everything. I'm going to upgrade the drug mixer, because that does seem like a pretty good idea. But I'm also going to go ahead and hire another janitor. So you're very good at maintenance, which is probably not a bad idea. So we'll hire you. And what is this? Promote 3 staff. Sure. I'm sure we can do that. Speaking of staff, I think... Oh, no, we killed someone. Who died? How? How? I don't... Man. Oh, we got a ghost now as well. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of the whole, what do you call it? Fish thing. Let's make my doctors look kind of interesting. Do we have any, like... What outfit could we go for here? We could get the new arm stripes. I have a lot of kudosh, but I think we'll pass on it. I think we'll just go for blue trim and apply it to all doctors. In terms of nurses, I do really like the inverse. I really do. I think the inverse one looks pretty good. We do have pale green and pale blue though, but I think we'll go inverse. For assistants, we have inverted there, and we have midnight as well. And I think I'm going to buy the midnight one because it looks pretty good. And then janitors, we have dark and highly visible orange. Let's get the orange one, which actually I think looks better than the yellow hive is. So there we go. That's everybody sorted out with everything that they're going to need, except staff, who are going to need some kind of staff room. So let's get that done. Let's just go for a staff room. I'm thinking we will go here. I'm thinking it can be probably a pretty good size as well. And we can just throw the door like right there. And in terms of putting things in it, just the usuals, I guess. So sofa, TVs, etc., just the usual. And there we go. We have ourselves a staff room. It's got a beanbag chair. It's got a TV. It's got some sofas, some arcade machines. Hopefully it's going to be good. And we've also managed to treat 3 people out of those portals. So now, to become a 1-star hospital, we have to own 4 buildings. We need to cure 25 people from time portals and cure 10 patients with reptile dysfunction. Reptile dysfunction. This game is, this game is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let me see. Staff promotion, sure. We've got bedheadedness, which we need a deluxe machine. Okay. We're gonna send you home because we can't afford it right now. And we also had a lot of people queuing outside of here. Do we have a nurse on the way? We don't have a nurse in there either right now. I guess... Oh, you know what we probably also need to do? We probably need to get ourselves more benches. So let's do a nice bench. We'll do a couple of benches, I guess, over here. And then across from them, we could do a snack machine. And I guess a radiator as well is probably a pretty good idea. So that'll be good. That'll keep people nice and warm kind of in that general area. We're also losing money, which I'm a little bit worried about. I'm not so sure how to feel about that one. Little concerning is all. Little bit concerning. We'll be fine, but I'm just, you know, a little bit concerned. Teeny bit. What do we got here? Mites of the Realm. I love this. These parasites follow a strict code of chivalric honor. Treatment involves challenging them to a duel with bombs and lotions via the throwing of microscopic gauntlets. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. I really do. It's ridiculous. How much is it for a deluxe clinic? 21,100. Okay. Does it have to be, it can be 3x3, so it can actually just go right there. And what we'll do is put the door for it here. We'll put the machine right about there. And we'll do the control thing there. It doesn't need to be too fancy. It really doesn't. We'll put a radiator in just to make sure it's warm. And that'll be it. Simple as that. Just a real nice, simple room. And what we'll do is put a bench there. And I'm going to put some benches sort of on that side of the hallway as well. We can also go ahead and throw probably a fire extinguisher in there is actually going to be a good idea. As well as a plant and a plant, just to make it a bit nicer. And probably a radiator out here as well. But where is that going to go is kind of the question. I guess here for now is about as good as it's going to get. And that looks all right. So that's going to let us treat people, but we need a doctor for it. So I guess Robin Periwinkle will do the job. And that's going to be about as much money as we have to spend on getting things right now. I'm actually, like, this is actually a challenge. You know, we're not making shed loads of cash. Also, that's horrific every time. It really is. Every single time. But also, that was like I don't know how much money that was. Was that like 8,000? I'm not actually sure. Hold on, let's watch this again. So it goes in, it pulls out like everything. It looks like it's 3D printing. Hold on. A patient is unhappy with the hospital and storming out. Their top complaints are very bored, very thirsty. You are in a hospital. What do you mean very bored? What do you expect to be? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. The dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. Of course it's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. Why wouldn't it be a dinosaur? Right. If people are bored and they're thirsty as well, I mean, we have got a drinks machine, but there's a bit of a queue for it. So what if we did like a news agent, right? So what if I do like a news agent there and I want a radiator in that corner. And then I do like a drinks machine and a snack machine sort of right next to it. And I think that'll be okay. In terms of being bored though, I mean, we can do, I mean, leaflet stands were just boredom, right? I don't know. I mean, they do, but if we already have quite a few of those, so I don't know if adding more is necessarily going to help. We'll just do the 2 benches there. We'll get another assistant and that'll hopefully cheer everybody up. So you have customer service, you're hired. And yeah, hopefully that cheers everybody up. We also do need an assistant on reception right now, so we'll see how that goes. And we have a bit of a chunky queue on the GP's offices too. And we need a clown clinic. This is full on. I'm liking it though. I'm liking it a lot. We actually sort of have a challenge and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool having a bit of a challenge. I'm kind of excited about this. So let me see here. You're a doctor, but you're not, what are you doing? What are you doing? So you're going to the staff room. Okay. Do I need more doctors? I might, because both of my GPs are on break right now, I think. Oh boy. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it there for today's episode. Things are going interestingly. I've never really been in a situation where we're not making a decent little bit of money in the first 30 minutes or so of a hospital, but I'm enjoying that we're not. I'm kind of liking this challenge and I'm curious to see how it goes. So tune in next time, I guess, to see if we get the staff challenge of promoting 3 members of staff, to see if we get the 4 hospital buildings, get 25 people cured from portals, etc., etc., etc. We've got reptile dysfunction to treat as well, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. Either way, thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.